The green light is go for the formation lap as we run away. As Marshy, I think, hits into the Aston Martin and both of them are disqualified. Be another interesting thing to see in the that'll be another interesting thing to see after the race. As it's Jake Mate spins on the formation lap, has to reset the track, which is allowed on the formation lap. Ben Smith had to take avoiding action. He's ended up getting himself disqualified because of that. It's a hectic formation lap. I don't know what's wrong with cars unable just to stay in the same position and just take their time, give themselves equal distance. They're just causing more and more trouble for themselves. So Emilio's the car that leads the way. He's probably in the worst position now, and we'll see if it's Jake may pick up a penalty for spinning on the formation lap. And we'll see how much of an effect that caused for Ben Smith, 25, if he wishes to report that. So behind Robelino is it's Jake Mate. Oh no, it's not, it's Jake Mate's kind of falling back here. It's Random Kitty as Emilio lines up his car to head to the grid. Everyone is moving this time. Parallel Silk has just been disqualified from the session. It's a really, really poor formation lap, I must say, from some of the drivers behind the front three. But that's just a formation lap. We'll have to see from the race as it's Jake Mate lines up on the grid. So Emilio won last race. It's Jake Mate DNF'd. These two both on the front row hunting down this victory here. Here we go to 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Marshy gets a drive-through penalty for a jump start here as it's Jake Mate's already off and into the wall. It's horrors for him. Emilio Robelino takes the lead here as it's absolute chaos here. It's Jake Mate. It's gone down to last. I don't know what's happened there as it's a spin. It's Marshy and Santiago who are the two that's off. As Marshy has a drive-through penalty he may have to serve. It's horrors for it's Jake May. I don't know if there was contact or if it's just driver error. He's down in P10 and has to work his way up from the back as the race leader and the championship leader Emilio 98 Robelino keeping Mr. Consistency up into P1. As Marshy loses 5 places from the start, a few up 1. It's Jake May down 7. Parallel Silk gone from 8th up to 4th. Cracking start for him. DMC Ryan up 2. Ben Smith down 1. 2 Magnus is the only driver to remain in the same place other than now where Santiago is back. Jake May already driving through the pack here. He's up in the P7 here. The second lap of this Grand Prix. As Emilio Robelino remains in the lead. big gap between Ben Smith and the front three. They look relatively in a good position here as it's Jake May. He's the man to watch. He's the one that's blitzing through these cars and he's lining up the move on 2 Magnus, maybe for a dive down the inside. He takes his time as Ben Smith is holding him up. Jake May does get a good run here out of turn 13 and may have a go now down the inside of the final corner. 2 Magnus pushes to the inside, Parallel Silk kind of boxes them in. It's Jake May who has the better acceleration off the final corner. Now Parallel Silk is boxed in 2 Magnus. They're 3 abreast here going into the 3rd lap. It's Jake May gets the double overtake and gets up into P5. The pole sitter will want to fight hard as it's a big dive there from Parallel Silk and as Jake Mate loses 3 positions because of it. That is very interesting, very unnecessary from Parallel. And I think it's Jake Mate may have damage now. Does he have damage on that front right? Don't see any, he looks okay. As Lightning Luke may look for a run at him. 3-second penalty for 2 Magnus for speeding, or for corner cutting I should say. Marshy is 14 seconds down, still yet to serve his drive-through penalty. It's down in last as it's Jake Mate's captain hoping to do something for the team. He is right on top of Emilio 98 Robelino. Lightning Luke gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings as NRG Mother now overtakes its Jake May. Emilio 98 Robelino being heavily pressurised by Random Kitty. Just want to see is Jake May actually racing? It is, it's Jake May. He's just really struggling out there, unless he was in AI mode and he's back going now. So he was losing a lot of positions there. As, Parallel Silk flying across the track. He must have spun and then tried to respin, almost went flying into NRG Mother. And again, hits in to Singok, he's into the barriers, he's out. It's Jake May gets a penalty. And the safety car's out. Wow. Parallel Silk, very dangerous driving yet again. You got a penalty point for almost taking out the Haas. Almost took out NRG Mother. And then Santiago as well. So, big chance for its Jake Mate now to make a massive catch up on the pack. Freaky Soul in, just replaces front wing as he releases and is out. Marshy still has a drive through the serve. Look. Penalties. Oh no, Marshy has served. He has a 5-second time penalty. So he's into the pits, probably to change tyres maybe? Don't know. Freaky Soul. P3, P10. It's Jake May pitted. He's down at P9 with a 3-second time penalty. Everyone who hasn't pitted are the ones ahead of Emilio 98 Robolino. Now last time the leader pitted under the safety car, they spun on the restart, had to make a miraculous recovery. Hopefully that isn't a common feature, as Emilio Robolino would want to keep the race lead. He essentially has it here, but will be pressurised by its Jake mate's teammate, Random Kitty, and there's no putting off him that he may want to have a go at a championship, considering his consistency to all the races. He will be a driver that'll be extremely fast. So just waiting on Freaky Soul, and then Marshy has a long way to catch up before we can get going again. DMC Ryan still on his softs to lead the way, as Cynthia Gok is into the pits, possibly to change tyres. Long way back for the pole sitter, it's Jake mate. As just wondering, so everyone has stopped. Marshy stopped twice. Everyone has stopped other than the front four, who are on 5 lap old tyres. It was very early to box, to be fair now, but just to get that fresh rubber on will be a massive advantage for Emilio. Lightning Luke has gained 8 positions off the start. He's in a podium position, but obviously will drop back eventually. Maybe he's going for he started on mediums, maybe he's going for the one stop, we don't know. Fastest lap is currently with Random Kitty Captain with a 1:31.1, just ahead of Emilio Robolino, as the safety car is in this lap. Marshy has caught up, as we're going to look to get underway here in Bahrain for the second time this race. DMC Ryan going to be the one to lead us away round the final corner. Runs a bit wide to Magnus, almost goes for an overtake, almost has to brake check the whole field. When will Ryan go? He goes now. Has he caught Magnus snapping? He hasn't, but he's definitely not caught Lightning Luke, as Lightning Luke gets by Magnus. Will he make the move on DMC Ryan for the race lead? He gets very close down the inside of Magnus. Has Lightning Luke got the move done? They bang wheels going into turn 3, and Luke is out in front in P2. They're still side by side. Magnus also back in front. Down the inside of Lightning Luke here. Magnus very aggressive around the outside, as they're still going side by side, still banging wheels here, as Lightning Luke finally gives up that place. Magnus has to yield, as it's another guy, and it's Emilio 98 Robolino. This race is wide open now, as I said, with Lucas Paul spinning last race. Emilio 98 Robolino spins this race and is down to last and has to make a recovery. The championship leader, the essential race leader, as another person spun. It's Random Kitty Captain, another man who looked like he was going to win this race, has also spun, which means this race is wide open for anyone. The leader is DMC Ryan with a bit of a gap to Lightning Luke. After that, as a virtual safety car is out, after that, I think as Marshy, he I think spun again. I think the only one then who has made a stop is it's Jake Mate. So even after that lap 1 instant with him, he is essentially in the race lead now as he has stopped and the other 4 in front haven't. DMC Ryan is in now, maybe for damage. He'll be overtaken by almost everyone. As it's Jake Mate now, after the virtual safety car restart, will want to have a go at the Aston Martins in front. And then maybe on the McLaren. Have to see. Lightning Luke and 2 Magnus both have penalties, so Energy Mother is essentially the race leader as it's green flag here in Bahrain. Lightning Luke, the race leader, gets us underway. Jake Mate right on the back of Energy Mother. He's going to pull maybe for a move around the outside as Energy Mother almost goes straight on there. It's Jake Mate, that's a nice move. He's up in the P3. Magnus in another 3-second time penalty. Emilio Robolino had to pit again, probably for damage when he spun. Marshy's pit for the 3rd time. Emilio, a lot of catching up to do. He's hoping for a safety car as he gets really close with Marshy here. Marshy, good bit in front. DRS now re-enabled after the safety car. Will Robolino try a move? There's no one else who's really that close to each other than the 2 Alpha Tauris, Synthiox and Ben Smith. As Energy Mother spins the car on the first corner as his relatively good race comes to an end. He's down in P8. So many incidents here. I just don't want to see what Monaco will end up like, as DMC Ryan will now look to have a go on Energy Mother. It's his first game of F1 in a long time, so he says, so he'll still have a lot to catch up on the other drivers. It's Jake Mate now starting to gain yet again, this time on 2 Magnus. Once he gets that, it's a bit of open air until the McLaren in front, Lightning Luke, started in P11, could possibly win this race if he keeps it going. It's Jake Mate, final straight of Bahrain now, looking to make that move on 2 Magnus. How will this one play out? As Magnus may hold off, but it's Jake Mate gets DRS activated, pulls alongside. It's just miles too quick for the Aston Martin. Pulls in front and takes the lead of the race. Or I should say 2nd place. But will now have a go at the lead of the race. But 2 Magnus could possibly be striking back. He has DRS wide open. Will he have a go down the inside? Is he going for the dive? It's Jake Mate too far ahead. Cuts him off now. Will it's Jake Mate be able to pull away as these two having a mighty battle down here? I think it's Jake Mate has got away. It's just more traction in the corners and is gaining, and he wants to get away. Chase after Lightning Luke. It's Jake Mate has stopped, but he stopped onto mediums. We will have to stop again. So that means Lightning Luke has a 3-second lead and possibly only 1 stop left. Could it be a podium? Could it be a race win for the McLaren's debut, Lightning Luke, who definitely isn't a slow driver. But to be fair, no one called him to win this race. The race leader is only picking up a point currently in P10. To Magnus, 5-second penalty for corner cutting. He tries to stay with his Jake Mate, but his Jake Mate's just too quick, and the gap is now a 2nd. current fastest lap still with Random Kitty. He's down in P7. He is slightly recovered back to where he was from his spin after the restart. So, still 18 laps of this race to go. Lightning Luke leads the way from its Jake May, then to Magnus, who's second behind him, Ben Smith, 2 behind him, Cynthia Gok and Freaky Soul and Random Kitty, all in a close pack here for piece 7, 6 and 5. DMC Ryan Aguirre a good bit behind, with Energy Mother 4 seconds behind him. Then a long way back for Emilio Robolino. And then finally Marshy, who's definitely not having as good a race as he had in Australia. But the main battle at the moment is going on between Ben Smith and 2 Magnus, as Ben Smith spins it going into turn 80, almost slams into Sincock. Sincock able to get by, and so is Freaky Soul, is able to get by Sincock, and then Random Kitty pulls alongside Sincock here. Is this going to be a lovely move from the Alfa Romeo? No, as Sincock defends well, but a brilliant move round the outside from Random Kitty to take P5 off Sincock. That was ballsy. He kept his foot on the throttle and has taken P5 off Sintiok. Energy Mother struggling down there. He's down and he drives off and almost into the barriers. Don't know what he's doing here. It's definitely not what you're supposed to be doing. Yep. I think he's given up and he will receive a penalty for that. That's unnecessary. Retirement and a virtual safety car is the cause of it, so that may result in a race ban for the Aston Martin there. In our rules, you're not allowed to unnecessarily retire. If you want to leave, you go into the pit lane, you retire, as any driver should. He's had a direct influence on the race there, as the safety car is now out. So that is definitely going to be interesting, but at the same time shouldn't be caused from the Aston Martin driver. So, chance here for Lightning Luke to get into the pits, hopefully out in a good position behind the 2 Alfa Romeos and possibly the Haas and the Alfa Tauri too. But this is definitely the time to come in if he wants to do the one stop onto the hards. Now in for 17 laps. Relatively clean pit stop onto hards. Lightning Luke, as the 3 come by, as Freaky Soul's also in, and so is Syntox. He may come out in a podium position here, Lightning Luke, which is absolutely perfect for staying close to its Jake Mate and Random Kitty. So P3 for Lightning Luke. Random Kitty, the only one without a penalty in P2, as 2 Magnus, I think, has crashed into Marshy there. Don't know what happened with the other Aston Martin, as not many people really go off that quick into turn 1. As Marshy spins and is off at turn 4. So, all of the top 10, top 9 are the only people left in the race. Marshy is into the pits. I think he may have got damaged. He may have been actually taken out by 2 Magnus. As sorry for the silence there. He's just been kicked from the league along with his teammate NRG Mother. So we'll need 2 more Aston Martin drivers for anyone maybe in the live stream who wants a seat. We've 2 there, and we also have 2 Williams seats that aren't picked up. Every other seat is full, so we've 4 seats left. It's Jake May, pole sitter, spun on the first corner, not even the first corner, on the straight after the restart, bangs into the barriers, drops down to P12. He's back up into the lead now with his teammate Random Kitty Captain, who I'm sure has no team orders here. He wants this race win as much as anyone else, and Jake makes the one with the penalty, so he's the one that's going to be in trouble. If Random Kitty just wants to stay behind, if he has the pace to do that, we'll have to see. Safety car is in this lap. Marshy just catches up. He must have roasting tyres now for that. So it's going to be Jake May to get us underway for the last 15 laps of this Grand Prix. All the cars weaving behind. Absolutely comical. So here we go. It's Jake May controls the field. Safety car is in, and as Jake May gets going, he's underway as Lightning Luke was right on top of Random Kitty. Marshy gets a penalty for colliding with Emilio Robolino. He's down to last. It's Jake May keeps the lead. Random Kitty keeps second, but not for long. Lightning Luke still in there, possibly, as Freaky Soul, or DMC Ryan I should say, gets an excellent piece of grip through the first corner. He's able to overtake Lightning Luke. Maybe a go on Random Kitty. Can't do that, but Random Kitty runs wide and picks up his first penalty of the Grand Prix, which effectively puts DMC Ryan into the lead, as long as he can overtake the Alfa Romeo driver quickly. He's the only one in the top 6 right now without a penalty. Emilio Robolino has to cut his way through the pack if he wants a podium position. Random Kitty is going to defend on for dear life, not only for his P2, but his teammate, hopefully to get the race win. We'll just have to see. Random Kitty is starting to just pull away on this straight. We'll have to wait until DRS is back open. That won't be till lap 17 until DRS is back enabled. Emilio gets by Freaky Soul. Again, didn't have a great safety car restart. So Emilio in P6. So people have DNF'd so far. Parallel Silk, NRG Mother, 2 Magnus, then the 2 Alpha Taris are down in P9 and 8, which is still good despite them being at the back of the remaining finishers. It's still good points to pick up for that team, who have only picked up I think 2 points so far. They have AlphaTauri have picked up, I think it's been four points, or maybe 6, we don't know. I think Ben Smith has the majority of those points. Emilio going to maybe have a go on one of the McLarens. Marshy had the first go at Lightning. Lightning strikes back, and it's Emilio spins yet again, keeps it on track and resets the track. That's going to be a penalty. That's not allowed in the rules we have, which he's obviously didn't read, but should only be a small penalty. He was spun out fair, or he spun himself out, I should say, from going for the move on Marshy. It's the two McLarens having a right scrap there for P5 and 4. Still a good race so far for Marshy. It's Jake May picks up another 3-second penalty, the race leader. Might not be in a great position to win this race. He keeps picking up these penalties. Into the final corner he goes. He's 1.5 seconds ahead of his teammate and gaining, as DRS is now re-enabled. Marshy getting extremely close to his teammate. If he has enough, he may pull alongside. He's not. He's just going to sit in behind now. 4 goes very wide there. The McLaren could the Haas have a go with him? He can't. He backs out. So the McLaren won't be able to make the move this lap. That's for sure. Emilio gets by Santiago. Now, next up for him will be Ben Smith, 6 seconds up the road. It's Jake Mate. Not really gaining anymore. He's kind of just steadily 1.5 behind with another pit stop. Eventually, Ben Smith picks up a 3-second penalty in P7. For anyone who wants to know who has what penalties, it's Jake Mate with a 6-second penalty. That's going to drop him probably all the way back to P3. Lightning Luke with a 6. Marshy with a 13-second time penalty. That may take him all the way back down to P9. Freaky Soul 6 seconds. Ben Smith 3 seconds. And then Emilio, who, if he just stays where he is at the moment, will be, I think, P7. But if he catches up, he may get up as far as P4. We'll have to see. He's going to have to cut his way through the pack without spinning. So this first race, you can obviously see where the talented drivers are and where the not so talented drivers are. It's Jake May, Random Kitty, Lucas Paul last race, Mixel last race, Emilio, despite him spinning a few times, he's showed some real pace. I suppose Lightning Luke has had an excellent race too. He could possibly, as I think, is it Emilio that's gone off? No, it's Marshy. He's struggled today as Emilio Robolino will blitz by him. Even without DRS, I don't think Marshy should battle. He doesn't. He spins instead. Keeps the car going. So Emilio up in the P7 and currently 4 seconds behind Ben Smith down up the road. Jake May has gained 5/10 on Random Kitty. There's 11 laps to go of this Grand Prix, obviously hosted on a Tuesday night instead of Saturdays because of an incident that happened on Saturday that just wasn't streamed. So it's been rescheduled to Tuesday. We're back to Saturday nights. Next week we have Monaco. The Monaco Grand Prix will be on the 12th of March. And that'll be a very interesting one. That'll be definitely who is fast and who isn't. And there'll be no room at all for mistakes. Even if you have to go extremely slow. If you go slow, but don't make mistakes, and everyone else does, you will win the race. As Marshy, he spins around turn 13, and it's yet again another safety car, which is absolute delight for drivers like it's Jake May, Random Kitty, who haven't pitted yet. They are going to pit now onto maybe another set of mediums or maybe onto softs. We'll have to see, but they're going to have to get round before they can. We'll have to see how Marshy DNF'd. See if it's a bad reason or not. He's into the pit lane along with Random Kitty, so it's going to be a double stack for Alfa Romeo. Will they lose much time? The yards. Jake May has to change his front wing. I don't know where he's got that damage from, which has really badly affected his teammate. Now, I think he was to be last anyway, to come out last anyway, even if he was to pit. That's going to be disappointing for him. But the race again is back open. Emilio Robalino has to go another 9 laps, I think, on these mediums. And how long have these mediums been? They are 6 laps old, so he has to go another 9 laps. It's going to be about 15 lap old mediums with other drivers. It's Jake May on softs. It will be absolutely rapid, so it's anyone's race yet again because of this. Ben Smith, he's also DNF'd. I'm pretty sure he done that in the pit lane. I don't see his car anywhere on track. I'll review that by using race footage. So, Emilio Robalino was in the lead in the first corner. Spun after the first safety car restart. Was making his way back up before he spun again, and now is into the virtual race lead because of penalties. So, guessing the safety car is in this lap. Ooh, it's Freaky Soul. I think bangs his front wing off the bottom of the safety car. Don't know about that. Maybe it could have been a visual glitch. The safety car will stay out one more lap, which is good for drivers like Emilio and Cynthia Gok and Freaky Soul, who haven't pitted yet. I don't know if Freaky Soul will be able to go 15 laps on softs. We'll have to see. Ooh, and Freaky Soul is in. He's onto another pair of softs. He's going to come out last, which is good for Random Kitty and good for its Jake May. He gets a bit closer. Lightning Luke has actually overtaken its Jake May in the pit lane. I actually never realised that yet. So Lightning Luke, he's in a real position to win this win this race. If he can keep ahead of its Jake May and push at Emilio and Cynthia Gok, I don't see why. Emilio now into the race lead. Can he stay there is the real question. Yes, it's Jake May chasing him down, possibly Cynthia Gok. I think he was the Aston Martin's friends, but he's been a lot more disciplined out on track than them two. He's got himself into a great position here, and I'd love to see him on a podium, with obviously being disqualified in qualifying. We'll just have to see. Santiago, alright. Bit of a complicated name. We'll just call him that. Well, not Santiago, his username is very complicated. Hopefully he can be on the podium. As I think it's Jake May. Don't know what's happened to him. He's back up into P4. I think he may have just slowed down a bit, but he's kept his position. The safety car's in this lap, trying to warm up their tyres. He had to give the position back to Random Kitty and DMC Ryan. That is horrors for its Jake May. As we're going to get underway here, it's Emilio 98 Robalino to control the pack away for the last 9 laps of this Grand Prix. And Emilio gets underway just before the start finish line. catches many people lacking. Santiago gets by. It's a massive dive from Lightning Luke. Santiago keeps it going as Robinho losing grip. Many people losing grip, including its Jake mate who's spun, and that could be race over for him. And he couldn't get the car into reverse. He's disqualified, which will put him down in 12th, which will mean no points for him. So now, who will win this race? Emilio the favourite, but Lightning Luke will be absolutely rapid on these softs. Although with the penalty, I'm just going to have to see what penalty it is. It's a 6-second penalty, so he has to get ahead and he has to stay ahead 6 seconds. Emilio could have this wrapped up with another race win. I think the fastest lap is still with Random Kitty. No, it's with Emilio, so Emilio could take home a fastest lap and race win here. Freaky Soul also very, very close. He's on the freshest of all softs, but has a 9-second penalty. Maybe he'll have a go on Lightning Luke before he can have a go on Emilio. We'll have to see. They're really close now. It's less than a tenth. Will he go for the move? He brakes late, almost slams into Emilio, gets the car, parks it perfectly on the corner. But Lightning Luke comes back at him through the exit and overtakes. As Emilio is loving this, he's going to start to stretch away and hopefully win his second race of the season. Random Kitty. It was a great race for the Alphas at times, but today it's just not going his way. He's in for more damage to replace his front wing. But now, onto this. Lightning Luke still has to get by Robinho. So he's going to maybe try go around the outside. Almost collide, they keep it straight. Now, Lightning Luke down the smallest straight of the circuit, can't get a move. There's no one else really close to each other other than Freaky, who's close behind them, who he's ran a bit wide, as Lightning Luke goes for a move into turn 13 and gets the move done. So, can he stay there? That's going to be the real question. Will he be able to get 6 seconds ahead? I don't really know. Lightning Luke also picks up the fastest lap doing that. So that's going to be an extra point for him anyway. So, Lightning Luke is gaining on Emilio. Emilio's just going to have to stay within 6 seconds, and even if he lets Freaky Soul overtake him as well, just has to stay within 6 seconds of Lightning Luke, who has 6 laps to do something amazing. He's already 1 second ahead. He needs to get 6. Oh, he's 1.5 ahead as Freaky Soul goes for the move. Emilio does not want to be getting into battles. He's almost 2 seconds ahead now, Lightning Luke. We're going to have the gap to the leader to see what the gap will be between these. The MC Ryan Aguirre, he's looking like a comfortable P4. Santiago P5, and Random Kitty will have to settle for a P6, although there could have been opportunities without mistakes today. There could have been opportunities for a race win as well for him. So, Lightning Luke, P1. But currently it is Robinho. These three definitely secured their spot on the podium. Will they be able to stay there? That's the real question we all have. Lightning Luke, another fastest lap for him. He's 2 seconds ahead. He's not really gaining any more other than the 2 he has. So Emilio is doing well. Gap 2.5. It's still looking good for Emilio, but he's going to have to be careful. That's a big gap there into that corner. It's just the grip into the corners. Gap is 3 seconds now. There's going to be no more racing. It's just going to be the gap between Emilio and Lightning Luke, who is in the race lead by 3 seconds, but needs to be over 6 seconds if he wants to take home, if he wants to stand on the top step of the podium in about 10 minutes time. So the gap's now 4 seconds. If he can really keep going, actually no, it's 3.7. Sorry, Emilio did get by Freaky Soul again. Them two are kind of having a battle. Freaky Soul doing favours for the McLaren and for Mixel and Lucas Paul, who are missing today. Lightning Luke 4 seconds ahead of Emilio. He has 4 laps to make 4 seconds just over 6. Freaky Soul is into the pits. So that's his podium finished. Don't know if he'll stay ahead of Santiago. They come out very close, but Santiago stays ahead in P4. This will be a great finish for him, who may be 25 seconds behind Lightning, but still good race from the AlphaTauri driver. It's 4.2 now. Don't think Lightning Luke will be able to gain 2 seconds in 2 laps. Emilio doing an excellent job with those 15 lap old mediums. Lightning Luke really has to push his car to the absolute limit to take home this race win. He has P2 guaranteed. DMC Ryan may have P3 guaranteed. I don't know what penalty he has. He has a 3 second. Gap still 4 seconds. Is an excellent race from Lightning Luke, but what's unlucky for him is he won't be able to take home this race lead, this race win. Now as we enter the final lap, Emilio surely going to win as the Alfa Romeo Random Kitty sets the fastest lap to take that one off. Lightning Luke, so not even the fastest lap award will go to him. So, as we enter the final lap, Lightning Luke to lead us down the final straight. Only 6 drivers left on track. It's very, very poor, I must say. We're going to need drivers to consistently show up. We had 12 today, but 6 of them couldn't keep themselves in the race for 29 laps. But I'm sure a few of them weren't their fault, and a few, well, 2 Aston Martins were 1. It's just not good enough. So I don't know if Freaky Soul will even be able to pick up P4. Santiago, see, may be able to get P4 off him. Random Kitty, he's definitely going to be it. But it's Lightning Luke who has got the gap up to 5 seconds, but it won't be 6 as long as Emilio can keep it straight. Lightning Luke round the final corner, and for now, for these 5 seconds, wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. But to take home the real top step of the podium will be Emilio 98 Robolino. Didn't pick up a penalty all day, and in doing so picks up his 2nd race win and gains in the Drivers' Championship. DMC Ryan comes home in P3 with Freaky Soul in P4, but if Santiago can get it round the line quick enough, he may be able to take it off Freaky Soul. We'll have to see. Santiago finishes P5. Random Kitty, who was struggling, will get P6 after what could have been an amazing race, but in the end will just be a solid points finish for the Alfa Romeo driver.